which feed we're going to use. But I'm going to start.
Okay.
On the list.
YouTube is live now.
So how do we get sound? Oh, there is the sound. That's the sound coming in. Use it as a microphone.
صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum. It is our pleasure to welcome everyone here. It is our day of celebrating Canada Day. At the same time, we want to reflect on the Indigenous and those communities that make up Canada and make Canada strong and make it proud. And so not only will we talk about a little bit about Canada, but we'll talk about some of the reflections that we should have today. I would like to first begin with the opening chapter of our holy book, the Quran, and then I'll follow it by translation. Inshallah. Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين Amen. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate, all praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, the merciful, the compassionate, Master of the Day of Judgment. You and only you do we worship, and you do we seek help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those who you have bestowed your blessings upon, not of those who have incurred your wrath or you have incurred anger. Ameen. So we'd first like to begin with an acknowledgement that the land that we gather today is part of the treaties land or the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. And it's important today that we recognize that fact of the people of the indigenous population who have inhabited this land for centuries. So first of all, we'd like to thank our Mayor, Mayor Patrick Brown, our Honourable Mayor Patrick Brown, for coming, our councillors, Councillor Charmaine Williams, see our councillor Harry Pettis is here, Councillor Lagaris is here. We like to thank the Regional Council of Gulpreet Singh is also here. Our MP of the region, Ruby Sahota, is also here. We'd like to thank our fire and our police, our wonderful fire service in Brampton, and our wonderful police force, Peel Regional Police, for being here today. And all who have joined us, our directors, our president, our trustee, members of the board of directors of the mosque, as well as others from our community. We'd like to thank you all for coming, inshallah. We're going to keep the program small. We're going to keep this program quite short, actually. In the 1970s, 1971, before I was born, my dad came to this country. And he came to this country for one reason, for opportunity for his children, not for himself. Because he had, alhamdulillah, a very good life in Guyana, where we're from. And so he came here for that opportunity of Canada that it offered in Canada. However, when the winter hit, he went back to the tropics. The winter, that was it. He went back. And then he realized, after me and my brother was born, because we had two older sisters, he realized that that Canada was the land of opportunity, and he brought us all back after we were born. He brought us all back, and he every winter, I remember he was saying to us that he's going back. This is just too cold. And so now, 46 years later, he's still here. And he actually likes the cold now because he likes hockey. So that is, so Canada is a place where a lot of us and a lot of our elders have come to for the opportunity for their children, and it provided that opportunity. And although as we grew up, you know, a lot of us who are racialized can attest to some bad things that happened or bad words that were spoken to us, but we persevered. And amongst the bad were a lot of good. And amongst those who spewed intolerance with words or in actions, more spewed goodness and tolerance. More. And amongst all the things that we had to go through, when we reflect back, at least myself, we reflect on a lot of the good. And so, for us, we celebrate the fact that this is a land of opportunity that gave us opportunities and gave our parents and our elders opportunity and our youth opportunity. But at the same time, we also reflect because we have to stand in solidarity to those who may not have had the same opportunity and may not have had the same experience that we have had. And perhaps what we have experienced as racialized people growing up in the school system or otherwise was a small or a minuscule amount of intolerance. Others may have been projected. And so our hearts go out, our sympathy goes out, and we have to stand in solidarity, not with words, because words are just words. They're just words. But we have to stand in solidarity with the people who are harmed and who were drastically harmed and their culture were harmed and their lives were harmed. Their lives were harmed. And young and old were harmed. Like, you know, gravely harmed. And so standing in solidarity means that we take the opportunity to say that whatever we need to do to rectify that situation so that their culture can become a culture that they look upon and a culture that they recognize and a culture that they know